for another Transformers review. So, the review for today will be Studio Series 86 Deluxe Class Brawn. Ooh! Now, this figure is loved by a billion of people, and don't get me wrong, it's a great figure, but it's not as accurate as everyone says. First of all, we'll start off with the head. Now, it's a great head sculpt. It's too small. On the Sunbow model, this takes up the entire back. And it's rather the head's too small or the back's too big. And I don't know about that. Next up is the arms. Arms are way too skinny. Way too skinny. He was supposed to be strong in the show. That was his whole character. Sort of like Hulk Hogan. But now he's more of like a I don't know, wrestler? One of those skinny wrestlers who like go up under somebody and like pick them up. He looks more like that instead of a big buff guy. Sorry, y'all. Next is crotch. It's supposed to be a gray triangle here, and I get they painted all this, but they could have just like made this orange plastic. They clearly can, because they clearly have the sprue for it. So I don't know why they didn't do that. But yeah, this is supposed to be a gray triangle. And then probably the biggest thing for me is the legs. They need to be half as thick. They are just way too thick for the character. He looks a lot like the Bad Cube Brawn, just with like more accurate colors. But based on what I just said, he doesn't look bad. Like, he looks pretty good in some scenarios. His back is not great. I wish there was like a screw or something so you could just like take this off, but I'm pretty sure, nope, it's all pinned. Yeah, it looks like it's all pinned in, so you can't take it off. But yeah, it's pretty good. Like I said, the sculpting here is great. I only have a little bit of paint chipping, but that's because he's been rotting in a bucket. Yeah, this is supposed to be another thing. Why don't they just, okay, that I get because it's connected to that. But this is like supposed to be blue in the cartoon model, but that's fine. I like how they didn't over-greevel it, like with some of the Siege guys back there. Like, look at all the stuff there. I like how it's pretty smooth and consistent. But with how everyone's saying this guy looks, the Fans Toys looks better. Even though I think Studio Series 86 is trying to be Fans Toys in the main line. But that's just what I think about the robot mode. So let's get into articulation and comparisons. Alright, so articulation on this guy is okay. Head can only swivel. I like popping it out to swivel the head because I get actual like good grip on it. It only swivels. If you've seen my other video, I show how the gears mold would have looked a lot better with Brawn, but hey. Arm comes out, full 360. There's this transformation joint if you want to get his arms down or something. I don't really know. Bicep swivel. Pretty good bend at the elbow. And inward wrist. For, I don't know. Odie-chan. I don't know what Brawn sounds like. He has that little, like, butterfly thing with the ball joint. I don't know what to call it. Ab crunch. Waist swivel. Legs kick forward that far. Barely at all back. Thigh swivel outward. A bit more than full splits. Less than 90 degrees of bend at the knee, and it's really high. Like, his knee bend is extremely high. Besides that, pretty good ankle pivot, and toes can bend down. And if you break the sculpt a little bit, they can bend up, too. So articulation is pretty okay with this guy. There's been better, and there's been worse. So let's get down to comparisons. There. First up to compare, Studio Series Deluxe Class 86 Cup. I hope that shows how small of a deluxe he is. Studio Series 86 RC. Review coming of both of these later. Siege Hound, but that's going to fill in for the 86 one because they're practically the same figure. Probably one of the biggest deluxes I have ever seen. 86 Perceptor. Legacy Knockout, filling in for the Jazz mold. Hope you could tell who that is by the sound. Soon to be 86 Voyager class Blaster. Sorry, I had all of these in a bucket, so they have to rearrange them. Later class Grimlock. Really show how small he is. To kind of put on scale with a human figure. MP10's Spike. Makes him look giant, but you'll see scale when we get to vehicle mode. And then last but not least, top of the top, cream of the crop, MP10. And I think that scale's pretty good, if I'm going to be honest. I like how it looks. So yeah, that's pretty much everything with the robot mode of 86 Brawn. So let's get to transformation. Yay! Note, I won't be transforming any of these figures because I just want to transform one figure and keep these for size comparisons and such. So I'm only transforming the figure I review from now on. Look how cool my new shelf is. I'm really proud of this. Alright, enough dilly-dallying. 86 Brawn. So his transformation reminds me a lot of this guy. This guy broke on me. Get out of here. But yeah, okay, transformation. Toes do these little like fold down thing. Rotate the head, the panel back here. Well, after you take the transformation joint at the hinge down, you flip around that and you make the front of the car. And then you fold that back and then bada bing bada boom. So next up, the legs open up. And do you rotate? No, you don't. Okay, don't do that, y'all. I haven't transformed him in a while. So you do that, and then, oh yeah, he has the proportions of G1 Brawn. No one cares. It's not a real mode. That's like the modes that they gave to MP44's trailer. Alright, you go here. Now that those are there, you flip that up. And then do that on both sides. I'm trying to remember what you do with the hands. Okay. Oh, yeah, there's the pegs on the side. Okay, I remember now. Hands peg together. The top folds down. And then, look, you're almost there. Okay, remember to rotate the waist before you fold all that down. That was my mistake. Do that, and then yeah. I really like this part. The toes go into this little section here. So that goes like that, and then you see these little notches in the fist, like that. See that? There's a little tab here, and those plug into like the thighs, I think they'd be. So those plug into the thighs. Pretty tricky to get everything plugged in, but as long as it looks right, it's good enough. It's like a Lego set you break, but then you put it back together. the structural integrity of the inside isn't as good as it was originally, but the outside looks right. Alright, a lot of Play-Doh-ness, I would think, but hey, you saw how I've been transforming this, not correctly. These don't plug in on the front very well. I don't know if that's something I'm doing or the figure itself. And then, that doesn't look right. See, this is lifetime smushing. Alright, I think we're done. Yay! So, oh, now my flash works. That's great. Sorry for the change in lighting. One of my lights went out. So, yeah. Car. It's okay. I like how small and compact it got. And tires and accessory, which I should have gone over accessories. These are the accessories. There's a gun and a tire. Ooh. But when I take the thing off, it makes the car look bold, and I really like how this looks. Reminds me of animated Soundwave. But Brawn's pretty much under there, but that's not horrendous. Like the wheels, it is a bit gappy here. Noticing that on camera. But the silver's nice. The windows are fine. I kind of like the blue. I wish they were a little bit cel-shaded. But, you know, you can't get everything. Autobot logo is nice and crisp. Oh, you can see all the details of my hands. Autobot logo's nice and crisp, and I like this step because that's accurate to the cartoon model. And you just plug this back on top, and you have a little tank. So yeah, and then back to what I was saying about the little spike. That looks pretty close to how he'd fit in it if we use Spike's articulation. That seems about right. Oh. That seems about right. So if you like this enough, this is a pretty good masterpiece scaled Brawn according to Optimus Prime. And speaking of Optimus Prime, let's get to comparisons. See how small he actually got. Here he is with Cup. Oh no. Blue one. I don't know their names. Okay, there he is. There he was with Cup. RC. Grimlock. Knockout. Preceptor. Blaster. Hound. As stated previously, MP10 Spike. And last but not least, MP10 himself. So yeah, that's pretty much it. Overall, pretty good figure. Pretty good figure. I wish he was a bit more accurate in robot mode. And I wish the end of the transformation was a bit less squishy. But besides that, it's fun. Fun desk toy. Would put him somewhere on the shelf, but I don't know who I'd replace. Maybe them. Maybe I'd put Cliff Jumper and Brawn down there. I feel like that would be cool. But yeah. Yeah, so. Oh. Be back. Sorry, new camera thing. Just going a bit hard. But yeah, overall, great toy. $25 does seem a bit much for him though, for how small he is. But quality plastic, quality joints. Overall, fun time. And that was Studio Series 86 Brawn.